Once again, I'm here and I'm about to talk to someone that can possibly give me some insight on a couple of things. I got questions.
MoMo lets you switch up your wireless data whenever. I accept. 5G. Everybody's talking about how do I get it.
And we'll use 5G with our new data options at no extra cost.
What's up, everybody? It's BLISS Talk. Once again, I'm here and I'm about to talk to someone that can possibly give me some insight on a couple of things I got questions about. This woman, she goes by MoMo, and she hosts a show. It's called Community Voices, and she's also a professional interviewer. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring her right on. I'm sure I can learn a lot from her since she's a host of a show. Hey! Hi!
How are you, Miss Carmen?
How are you doing?
I'm here.
I know that's right.
Very, very honored.
Oh my gosh, I'm honored. I looked at your page and professional interviewer, and here I am. I literally have this BLISS Talk where I like to pick people's brains. I literally ask questions that I really want to know the answers to.
That's why I'm a professional interviewer as well.
Yes. I figured as much, and I feel like, we'll have a lot to share and talk about because we're, on that same frequency as far as picking people's brains and wanting to know more about the community. And so just to introduce myself, I go by Carmen Bliss, and I'm an organizer. I'm a singer-songwriter. I interact with a lot of the artists in my community as well as the entrepreneurs. I like to have fun on BLISS Talk. It's a 30-minute inspiring conversation where I get to build, learn, aspire, collaborate, and share keys with people of the community that are really grinding and going steady in their purpose. So I have about 5 questions for you. Are you ready?
I guess. I'm nervous, but I'm ready.
You look absolutely stunning today. Can I just say?
Oh, wow. Thank you.
I love how you came on just like big smile and
ready. Yeah, always be ready, no matter what.
Exactly. All right. So my first question for you, and did I get it right, Miss MoMo? MoMo Love.
MoMo Love.
MoMo Love.
Because we all need more of it.
Yes. Yes, we do. All right. Let's see. What are some ways we can adjust our mood? Because I saw on your page today, you were asking important questions in regards to mental health. How are you doing today? Are you doing all right? Give me a sign, the emoji. Which mood are you in today? So what are some ways that we can adjust our mood?
Oh, wow. Well, The first thing is that we have to wake up in a good mood. And if we're not, we have to put some things in our way, in our eyes, in our ears to make us adjust our mood. A lot of times we look at our weaknesses. When you go to a job interview and they ask you, what are your strengths and your weaknesses? I absolutely detest that question until I learned how to make my weaks my strengths.
Right.
So when I'm feeling bad, it's so easy to say negative things about yourself, right? When I'm feeling bad, I force myself to say, you go, girl.
Yes. Yes.
You got this thing. You are more than that. You're better than that. Now, sometimes that's always not good. That's not always easy, right? Because it's easy to say, oh, my hair needs to be done. Oh, it's easy to do that stuff. And then maybe you feed your spirit with those things. And as soon as you walk out the door, somebody irritates you.
Right.
Or a car cuts you off. You have to learn to say, well, thank you, God, anyway. Well, good thing I wasn't there a minute sooner. He would have hit my bumper. You have to adjust your mood. Your attitude is what's going to always make you reach the altitude. Now, that's Jesse Jackson. That's not me.
I love that, though. Your attitude is what's going to make you reach that altitude.
Yes, ma'am.
That's beautiful. I agree with that because I really wanted to talk about the importance of choosing to be happy and then the long-term effects of depression. a lot of people, including myself, I've been there where I hear myself saying doubtful things, like in the back of my mind and things of that nature. And so the long-term effects of that is, you might put off something because you don't feel like you're worthy, because of all the things that you were thinking or saying to yourself. And so when people say choose to be happy, it's almost like some people feel like that's a slap in the face. What do you mean choose to be happy? It's easy for you to be happy because you got this, that, and the third going on. So that's why I wanted to talk to you about adjusting your mood and what are some things we can't do to adjust our mood. So just discuss a little bit like the importance of that.
Well, again, it will keep you down. When you're always thinking negative, that's all you're going to ever think. I liken it to a person who was heavy and lost weight. And they look in the mirror, no matter how good they look, no matter how many of their friends told them, girl, you doing a daggone thing. Man, I know that was hard, but they always see that heavy person in the mirror. Even the most successful person, and if you read a lot of books, you watch a lot of motivators, they tell you that they came from nothing, they were poor, they didn't have this. They always still see themselves that way, stocking their cabinets, hoarding things. But if we don't continue to pour truth into ourselves or keep our eyes focused on positive things no matter what, and then when those things come, because they do come. I was depressed for 3 years and I did not know it. It took a commercial for me to realize that I was depressed. Went through some things in life, as we all do, and I didn't know what I was doing because I just kept moving. I just kept going, doing things that we normally do, especially as women. I don't know if you're a mother, but as women, we're always somebody else's something. We're their child, we're their sister, we're their auntie, we're their niece, we're their mom. And it takes a long time for us to figure out who we are. Even on these platforms that we have, everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
What's going to make you different?
Right.
How am I going to come across?
Right.
And if we don't believe in ourselves and say, girl, just do it. Nobody's Carmen. Nobody's MoMo. Can nobody bring it the way we do? Nobody can. And if you can't build your own self up, you cannot look for anybody else to do that. Honestly. And even if it's just one thing that you know good about yourself, say that one thing over and over.
Right.
You have pretty eyes.
Right.
You have pretty eyes. You have pretty eyes. Until you start to believe that you really do have pretty eyes. And move to your nose. Move to those beautiful dimples. You know what I mean?
Right.
I always say, don't eat the whole elephant. Take one bite at a time.
That's very true. That's very true. I think something else that helps, like with changing your mood, is, getting some of those small goals knocked out. You'd be surprised what a buzz that is. Like something little,
And everybody does things differently, I should say. Some people do vision boards.
Yeah.
Some people write, systematically. Some people just have one goal. Some people have short-term goals that they knock out and look at their long-term, because the short-term goals get you to the long-term goals. So how do we change our mood? We have to stop worrying about the days. We have to stop worrying about how many people are also doing it. We have to put our pen to paper. We have to do our research. We have to talk and align ourselves with positive or like-minded people. I'm not saying that you discount or get rid of all of your friends, because what's going to happen is when you begin to elevate, those things will fall off.
Yeah.
When you grow, that falls off.
That's very true.
So how do I change my mood? I keep looking at the stars. I keep looking at the sky, because I don't always want to be down, whether it's really during a depressing time or just Monday.
Can I share with you something that I didn't even think would change my mood, but did?
Please.
I had read the book, The Secret, and there's some things that I agree with, some things I don't. But I had read something about, changing whatever it is that you're doing now that's putting you in the mood. Try looking at or tuning into something that'll make you happy, And then I actually did this without even thinking of that concept. I was at work. I was feeling bored. I was feeling like, oh, I want to do this, But I actually started looking at a video of this baby, and he was taking all of his, very first experience. The parents were taking videos of all of his first experience, his first time jumping in a pool, his first time seeing different animals and stuff like that. And the way the baby reacted to all of these new experiences, it just hit a light bulb. We're always evolving. We're always, seeing something different, no matter how old you are. A 65-year-old might be seeing something for the first time, and seeing how different experiences just take on a new perspective in your world. It lit me up. So literally watching a video about babies changed my mood for the rest of the day. Changed my mood for the rest of the day. And I can test
First time experience. I mean, what a high.
Yeah.
Right? The first time. I mean, I'm sure it made you nostalgic to think about all of your first time. And it gives you a new energy that, yes, I can. Oh, I remember when.
Yeah.
I remember when I was this naive young girl thinking that I could change the world. And guess what? All the experiences that I went through in life made me sitting here for this moment.
Right.
So changing your mood and those first time experiences and looking back on how good it made you feel and how you can have that experience again, but with something else new and exciting.
Yeah. Absolutely. I want to say hey to everyone that joined into the BLISS Talk. I have the beautiful Miss MoMo Love with me. She's a professional interviewer, and she is the host of Community Voices. And we just talked about some of the ways we can change our mood. We also talked about the importance of, making that choice to be happy, and the long-term effects of, being in a depressive state. And so right now we're on our third question, and I want us to discuss moving forward. What does that look like? What is next steps? If we're in that depressive state, what does that look like coming out of it?
It looks hard.
Oh, yeah.
It looks hard.
It does.
What do I do? Who do I turn to? Who do I trust? Who can I lean on? What's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to get out of that thinking and do.
Do.
We think
long
and hard about everything.
You hit it right on the nose when you
said, when are we going to do it?
Yeah.
When are we going to do it? We're going to wait for Monday to start that diet. We're going to wait for Monday to start. We're going to wait for the springtime. We're going to wait for the We're going to wait our lives away until we are waiting at our death.
Yeah.
It's hard. Because who do you trust? Who do you talk to? And a lot of times we always think we should talk to our friends and family because they're going to have our best interests at heart. But a lot of times they can't. It's not that they don't want to. They can't.
Yeah.
No, they can't see your vision.
Yeah.
You can talk about it, but they can't see your vision. How do you get out of it? It's slowly. You take your time.
Yeah.
Don't take all the time because time is moving. So you look for people that you can talk to sincerely. And guess what? It may have to be a stranger. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I'll call the suicide hotline. Doesn't mean that I want to take my life. It means that I need to talk to somebody. I work for an organization. Most organizations have employee assistance programs. They're called EAPs, and they're free. You just said a bar right there. It's a benefit for your employer. All you have to do is ask about it. Right. So, they have people on, they have therapists that are online now. You have to make it a conscious effort to want to do different, better, good.
Yes.
That's it.
A lot of the times, even I struggle with it. It shouldn't be this hard, but to make change, it's literally conscious effort. It's not like, how you fix things in your house just so it's efficient. Like, I literally have 2 baskets on the side of my couches so I can stuff some in there. If, like, I don't need this right now, I'm going to put it in this basket and I can get to it, But some things in life, it's not that easy to make efficient or to cater to whatever functionality you want. So some of these changes are literally conscious. Like, you have to do the work, and
you have to do the work, Carmen.
Like, is it supposed to be this hard? Yes, it's going to be hard.
Listen, it's not knocking on the door, honey. You better get that work in. And for the longest time, you would hear life coaches say that you have to do the work. What does that mean? What does that look like? It looks like whatever it is to do, move your right foot and your left foot to where you want to go. If you have to read, okay, say you don't like reading. There are audiobooks. There are audiobooks now. Say you don't want to read, right? There's audio, and it's okay. And it's okay. And that's the thing. People think that you have to do one thing. No, you have to do what's best for Carmen. You have to do what's for MoMo. You have to do what's best for the person that is dealing with whatever it is that they're dealing with. And guess what? Failing doesn't mean that you failed. It means that you just have an opportunity to succeed. Because now you know what to do. You think the wheel was made in a day?
No.
Nothing unless you are the higher power. And while we are that, we do have to do the work. Faith without works is dead for my Bible massive. You cannot do anything without moving yourself. You can't lose the weight. You can't gain the weight. You can't do anything.
Right.
You and I thought about, this is the platform that we want to have. How are we going to do it? Oh, my goodness. Right. This already, but they're doing it like that. You're researching. You're looking. Oh, I can do that. I can do it better. And then you know what? It just all kind of comes together. And even as you're doing it, it comes together. Because next week, tomorrow, when you talk to somebody, your questions are going to be different. Your questions are going to be bigger, broader. You know what I mean? You got to dip your toe in that water, honey.
Absolutely.
And I do not like the pool.
You say you don't like the pool?
No, ma'am. I just like to sit on the day's lounge, honey. I just like to get the sun. But I will get in every time. I'll try it. But that's not me. But I'll try. I had children. I had to get in the water for them. I had to at least learn how to save them.
Yeah.
So if there's something worth fighting for, you're going to change that mood. You're going to get out of that depression, and you're going to be the best you that you can be.
Yeah, and you is worth fighting for. You alone is worth fighting for. Yes.
Come on.
My next question for you. I'm loving these beautiful answers, by the way. What are some ways? What are some ways we can guide the community and be received? I ask this question because sometimes as, organizers or people who put on broadcasts and things of that nature, we're not always sure if we're being received, So I wanted to hash that out with you. What are some ways that we could be received by our target audiences or the community?
Well, content is always good.
Content.
Content is always good. Staying true to who you are is the best. Mm-hmm. And then reaching out to members of the community. I listen to a lot of motivational speakers, and I remember one saying, when it's time to plant your seeds or get your harvest, or in our word, gain followers, right? Or gain a following. We'll spread out 10 seeds. We'll spread out 100 seeds, and maybe 2. 8 might die. 2 living strong.
Hey.
I'm gonna focus on that too, and then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna focus on those 2, and then I'm gonna go replant. Because see, those 2 grew from what I said, what I did, how I acted, whatever the case may be. So I look at them, I nurture them, I water them, I love on them. And then I find out I make more grow by doing those same things. Do I have to add a little more, a little more dirt, a little water? What is it that I need to do? And I keep doing it. And it's okay that I change. It's okay that I make a mistake, okay? Because it's mine. It's mine to grow as I please. And of course, I'm going to take some suggestions from subject matter experts who've been doing this thing before. Of course. Mm-hmm. Carmen, girl, how did you get that flyer like that? And if Carmen understands who Carmen is and is willing to share her, she's willing to see someone else and gain. My success isn't going to be your success. It's going to be totally different. But that does not mean we cannot support one another. We have to have good content. We have to listen to one another. We have to research. We have to know what we're talking about. Can't just be out here willy-nilly. And then if you do make a mistake, own up to it. Honesty is always the best policy.
This is very true. I had listened to a TED Talk, and they were talking about how to speak so that people listen. His name is Julian Treasure, just in case somebody wanted to go look that up. But he mentioned the 4 elements that go along with that piece. He talked about integrity. He talked about honesty. He talked about love. And I can't think of the last one right now. I don't have it all written down in front of me. But the integrity spoke volumes, because people don't want to listen to someone who they feel are lying to them. That's number 1. Can you still hear me? You're kind of idling. Are you still with me? Come back. Are you there? Oh, no. I can't hear you. Go out and come back in. Go out and come back in. I am so sorry, guys. That happens sometimes. Read my message. I can't hear you. You got to go out and come back in. Yeah. So just to recap on what we've been talking about, we talked about changing our mood. We talked about the importance of, choosing to be happy even when it's hard. Sometimes that mood can be changed just as easy as looking up something on YouTube that's really cheerful. We talked about moving forward and how it takes work. It's not going to be easy. No, it's not. Whoever told you that it was, they wouldn't tell you the truth. It's always going to be a little bit difficult. Can I hear you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you? Great. Okay, cool. So what I was saying before, we had the issue there. I was talking about the how to speak so that people listen. They talked about honesty and integrity, and the integrity hit home because it's so true. Just think about how you receive people, and when they talk to you, you don't want to hear from someone who's not telling you the truth, who is not authentic, who hello,
the local dumpster.
Yeah.
That's what I call your president, the local dumpster.
Yeah, exactly. You can't trust someone who is lying to you. So that's one of the aspects. And then love was one of the ones that was up there, but I put that under respect. Are you talking to me in a respectful tone? Because if you're not, then I'm going to rebel. I'm going to look at you like you're crazy. Like if you're talking to me with the wrong tone.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad you brought that up so we could shed light on that piece, like how to speak so that people listen. I have one more question for you. What are some things that you are planning in order to increase your engagement?
With people in general?
Yes.
It's so crazy because I was doing I host a weekly show called Community Voices, and it is where like-minded people come together to share common goals and interests. It can be heard Wednesdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on a Blazing Radio. Mm-hmm. You can download the free app or listen on the website. And coronavirus struck, and we were all home, and all of this energy was flowing. I'm like, what do I do? I started writing down all kinds of things, and I started knocking them out. Website, business cards, just different things. I was just even decluttering the home, just different things that I not have time to do. Now I have the time to do. So now I'm sitting home, and the radio station, it's an internet-based radio station. We're like, what do we do to stay engaged? People don't want to come in. We're losing listenership. And I knew I couldn't do a morning show.
I don't know why, but it's like I can't hear you again. I can't hear you. Dang. I don't know. Maybe it's the internet connection. Try coming in again. It happens sometimes, guys. I appreciate you guys sticking around, though. We've been having a really dope conversation. And for those of you who just made it, this episode will definitely be in my IG story for you guys to check out whenever you get a chance, because we hit on some really important elements. Hi, Pet Science. You're back. Thank God.
Yes, you know what? It's about this time where everybody's getting on Instagram right now.
That's true.
I guess. I don't know.
Hopefully. We on our last question, though, so we're doing good. We're doing okay. Good. We made it this far. So you said that you sat and you built your website.
Yeah, I built my website and just started knocking different things out that, I didn't have time to do before. Mm-hmm. And at the radio station, we were trying to figure out ways that we can stay visible because a lot of people didn't want to come in and do their shows, blase. Mm-hmm. And I knew I couldn't do a morning show because I just could not get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. I was not going to be able to do it, Carmen. I said no. So I was thinking about a midday show. Now, talking about content, I'm a funny, serious person, or a serious, funny person. I don't know how you want to say it. Like, I'm always serious, but I do know how to crack a joke.
Yeah.
But, when you think about the midday, you got to be funny and spicy. Well, I said, what, I'm going to try it anyway. I wrote it out. I got it all together. I created a flyer, and I started it. I'm in my third week, still on a Blazing Radio, weekdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then May being Mental Health Awareness Month, I'm like, and again, coronavirus, I know people got to be going through the mind-blowing news of how many cases, how many deaths, how many bodies are being stored, how many people can't go to funerals, just the whole crazy confusion of information and misinformation. Like, what the freak is going on? So like you, Carmen, I started reaching out to friends and family in the community saying, so I've been doing that. And I'm telling you, you got to be careful what you ask for, right? Because I have been nonstop, a good nonstop, but it's been nonstop. So, again, you just got to put one foot forward, right? Shake off that negativity, believe in yourself, get people around you that believe in yourself, in you. Have good content, have integrity, be honest, laugh at yourself.
Right.
And keep going.
Yes. I love it. I love it all. This entire conversation. I'm going to definitely rewatch it.
I don't feel like I answered any questions, though.
You really? You don't think so? Why?
Now I see how people feel.
Really? You did. You answered them beautifully. They were on point, and I agree with it. Because changing our mood is one of the things. It can be so hard. It can be so hard. Especially when you've been
difficult.
When you have a lot of baggage on you, it weighs on you. And sometimes you need your family, need your friends. Sometimes you need an escape. Do whatever it is that you need, take that time for yourself. I would have to agree with. But thank you so much. I want to spend these last couple of minutes that I have with you, and I want you to tell us what you got going on. Give them all your information, your website, how they can follow you and keep up with Community Voices.
Well, Community Voices can be heard every Wednesday on a Blazing Rio from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with your girl, MoMo Love, alongside DJ Firebone 592 Sound. He's straight out of Guyana. We play all kind of music for the community and keep very informed. By the way, I hope that you guys have completed your census forms. If you have been living in somebody's home since April, which I'm sure you have because we have all been under the quarantine, fill that census form out, as well as, let me see if I have it right here. I don't have it right here. I'm going to try to ease and get it.
Okay.
If you've gotten your your voter mail box, your voters fill-in, hey, fill that up. If you need to do the research on Joe Biden, because we already know what kind of trash is coming up out of the White House, right? Do the research on Joe Biden. We know that he put 2 to 3 plans in place that was detrimental to the Black and brown community. However, we don't have that many to choose from. I do believe that Bernie Sanders is still on the ballot, so if we can make him president, hey, you go for it. Again, I do a midday reggae mix on Blazing Radio as well. I think we're stuck again.
I can still hear you though, so
you can still hear me good.
Yeah.
Okay, I do the midday.
Now I can't hear you. Dang. Right. I can see you. So I think that we have an area for people to check out too. But by the way, guys, I go by Carmen Bliss. I do this at 7 p.m. every night. And I like to have 30-minute inspiring conversations with people. I pick their brains, and then you guys are also welcome to join the conversation too. If you guys have questions, you can stick it down there to ask any of the guests. Do you guys have any questions for Momo? You can stick it down there while she continues to tell us about what she has going on.
Yes, I also have a professional training and development company. It's called Method Professional Development and Training, where we go in and we train government employees through your human resources department as well as nonprofits. So if anybody out there wants to get in touch with us, you can definitely send us an email to prescottramona@gmail.com. Why did Hotmail come up? I don't know.
That was a throwback. I haven't even seen my Hotmail in a minute. So it's Mona say that one more time.
Miss Prescott Ramona at Gmail.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can follow me at MoMo Love 1229 on Instagram. Mm-hmm. On Twitter, Miss Love Mo, that's 2 S's with 2 kisses. And Facebook, MoMo Love.
Hey.
Oh, and YouTube.
Hey, YouTube too. She got them all.
I try to stay connected.
Yes. Let's stay connected after this. Please reach out to me.
I promise.
For anything, and I'm going to reach out to you.
I promise.
Yes. So for those of you who don't know, you can follow me at cbliss_pics. I have a website. It's called BLISSTalkshow.live, where I upload inspiring conversations like the one we had tonight on there. I'm going to have some T-shirts out and ready. You can see a couple of those pictures on my Instagram. I posted. I think they came out so dope. The executive producer of this is T Walker, and
big up, T Walker. Thank you so much for putting this together.
Yes.
Listen, let me tell you about T Walker that you don't already know. I don't know how I found this dude. It was some kind of challenge. I think a D challenge was going on. And you know, T Walker, he flipped that thing, right? He put it all up in our conscious, made us just like, what?
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of times find people through Instagram to bring onto my show or to talk to through Instagram Live. And I reached out to him, and he was in North Carolina, and he was coming to Maryland. And I said, well, hey, if you ever come on a Wednesday night, you got to see. Yo, him and his brother came through, and we've been supporting each other ever since. So large up yourself, T Walker, Soul Society, the whole crew. I appreciate y'all and love y'all much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Miss MoMo Love, and we will keep in touch. You have a great week and weekend. Bye, guys.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
What's up, everybody? It's BLISS Talk. Once again, I'm here, and I'm about to talk to someone.